Hello, I'm Mark Hall-Patton. I want to welcome you to the Clark County Museum. This month we're opening a new exhibit. I hope that you will come out to see it. It is The Beauty of Purpose, the Utilitarian Arts of the Paiute People. Now, Malcolm Vuksich, our curator of exhibits, has put together this exhibit, and he's going to take you through so that you can see some of the artifacts that have come out of our collections and a couple of private collections. And you'll have a chance to see what you'll see when you come out here to the museum.
This exhibit, The Utilitarian Arts of the Paiute People, talks about the Paiute people's existence in the Great Basin for 1,000 years. The name Paiute means water ute. The word pai, the root word pai, means water in the Numic language of the people. So how do you carry water when your only materials are stone and twigs and vines and roots? Well, you weave canteens. And one of our display cases here illustrates the number of different types of canteens. So everything in the exhibit here that you'll see today is a small representation of the three branches of the Paiute people. One of the most important artifacts that have to do with water are our duck decoys, which were found at Lovelock Cave in the 1924. These duck decoys indicate that the Paiute people, or the ancestors of the Paiute people, were hunting and gathering for at least 12,000 years. That's how old the archaeologists feel these ducks are. As we go into the exhibit, we're looking at some of the mano and metate and mortars and pestles that the Paiute people used for the food preparation. These are some typical kitchenware. Now, in our kitchens today, we have Tupperwares in 6 or 7 different sizes, or Pyrex in 5 or 6 different sizes. Well, the Paiute people also had various sizes of mortars and pestles. The mortar would be used primarily for crushing piñon nuts and acorns and mesquite beans. The mano and metate would be used for grinding seeds, nuts, berries, roots, and grains. Most of the food gathering was conducted by the women of the various tribes. And to collect the food and to store the food, they wove a number of baskets. We have in our collections large bowls, we have utility baskets, the very traditional woven hat that would double as a bowl in certain instances. And all of these would be used not only for gathering but for cooking. One of the most important annual events was the gathering of the pine nuts or the acorns in the fall. The acorn for the Owen Valley Paiute and the pine nuts for the northern and southern Paiute was an important food source. And these large baskets would have been used to gather the pine nuts from the pine forests or the acorns from the oak forests for the Paiute people. The large winnowing trays would have been used to separate the hulls from the nut meat. Finally, we have a look at the cradle boards. This is a typical style Paiute cradle board. Normally there would also be a hood on this to offer some sun protection or some sunshade to the infant. The Paiute people are still here today. They haven't disappeared in time. They're living throughout the Southwest, throughout North America, and this represents their traditional lifestyles and some of the few things that would have helped them survive in the Great Basin.
So when you come out to the museum and you see the exhibit, you can also, of course, see the other 30 acres here at the museum, all the historic houses, everything else. Of course, it is hard to find us open. We are only open 7 days a week. It is $2 to come through, unless you're like me and over 55 or you're under 18, then it's $1. So please do come out and join us.